Well, no, I gotta, before we move on, real quick, I gotta tell you what I did the other night. I went to see Hotchkiss Featherbottom's one-man show
What?
that he put. No, this is not even a rib. It is not
Okay.
hyperbole.
Yeah, okay.
He put on a one-man show over at the Clarksville Little Theater in Clarksville, Indiana. It's right across the bridge.
Oh, was it called
Ever,
I Know Nothing About Technology?
no, now quit harassing him. He's a wonderful young man. But it was a fundraising event for the theater. They do productions there in the community. They're doing Dracula, as a matter of fact. Not Hotchkiss. He doesn't have the teeth for it. But the point being, he put on a one man show because there was a. Have you ever heard of a guy named Stephen Banks?
Off the top of my head, I don't know the name, no.
Okay, well, he's more behind the scenes in modern times, but he had a Showtime special when Showtime in 1989, I think. Remember, it was Showtime and HBO. They were competitors back then. And he got a Showtime special. It was a one-man show that that he had written and performed called Home Entertainment Center, where briefly a guy that's having trouble with he hates his job and his boss is on him and he lives in an apartment that his landlord's trying to kick him out and he's having trouble with his girlfriend and he comes home after his job and for the next hour and 15 minutes or so he wastes time doing some shit that he has to do but he doesn't want to do while he gets phone calls which you hear on the message machine or his end of the call from all these people that are harassing him until finally at the end, he loses his job. He's getting kicked out of his apartment and he's broken up with his girlfriend. But then he suddenly gets the dream he's been wanting of being a rock and roll star. And you got a happy ending. And he's the only, and in the process of doing this play with the dialogue and everything, one man show, not only did he sing about 6 songs, but he played the electric guitar, the acoustic guitar, the bass guitar, a banjo, a ukulele, a harmonica, the drums. There's something else I'm leaving out, and a flute. And part of the time he was playing the flute, it was with his right nostril. And it was an amazing, I'm not even kidding again. I'm not kidding. You had to see this thing. He got it on tape, I believe. Somebody shot it on VHS. But it was a wonderful thing, and a lot of his family was there, and he did a wonderful job. I just wanted to send a special applause out to Hotchkiss Featherbottom. Home Entertainment Center by Stephen Banks, performed, as I mentioned, by Hotchkiss Featherbottom. You should have seen him.
No.
I'm telling you, the drums were excellent. I mean, the drums, he's an excellent drummer, not drugger.
I thought you were saying there were drugs. I was like, yeah, maybe I did miss something.
And no, it was a very calm and staid audience. There wasn't like a bunch of hippies running around being wild and crazy or anything from
they're on lewds,
the Grateful Dead or whatever. But no, and also the banjo too. Did a good, and the ukulele, as a matter of fact. I'm trying to think. He played something else. The harmonica.
How many people were there?
I don't know. I was in the front row and I didn't turn around.
What kind of answer is that? What the hell?
I'm telling you.
Oh, well, it was either a packed house or
he did it Friday night and Saturday night. I was there on Saturday night. I don't know that but see, now there was opposition because this place called Derby Dinner Playhouse is right like 2 blocks down the same fucking road, and they sell out every weekend. They've been there like 50 years, and there's goddamn 300 cars in the parking lot. It looks like a Lakers game. So, and right on the other side of the hill and around the corner is, poor Hotchkiss. He was running outlaw that night. I told him, I said, fuck, get out there and salt the fucking popcorn. You'll sell more drinks.
I've never gone to dinner theater. Have you?
I've had dinner and then gone to the theater, but I've never had both of it perpetrated on me at the same time.
I don't even know how it would react. Like the show's happening around you while you eat.
Well, no, I believe in some cases they actually come up and eat some of the food off your plate, but I think you have to check
Yeah, that Tony and
the,
Tina's wedding. Isn't that the one that they do that?
yeah, well, you have to check the menu to, at the start to see whether are you allowing our employees to eat off of your plate or not.
You know what I always wanted to do in the sense that like I didn't really want to do it, so I never did it, but I'm still curious. Medieval times. Those commercials have been airing on local
Oh
TV
yeah,
for
yeah.
years, and I never went. I said I guess I still could, but I never have.
But here's the thing: they're actually they have horses and they run around and joust and do the things that they do in the medieval times, right?
So the horses never get hungry and charge into the crowd and start eating people's food?
Well, no, I'm asking you. They do have horses, right?
Yeah,
Because
there's
I've
like
seen you see the pictures and shit.
yeah, there's like javelins and all
Well,
sorts of shit.
yeah. Well, regardless of whether suddenly you're trying to fucking cut your steak and you're going to get skewered with a off kilter javelin, but do you want horses even run around kicking up dust in where you're eating dinner, and or they're going to be farting? And I would imagine they don't bathe the horse before each seating of dinner. So, do you really want to be eating while you're in a barn with horses?
You ever think about how much better every single major city in the country smells today than it did 100 years ago? Or
Well,
200
yeah,
or 150
yes,
years ago?
yes, because you see not only the pictures, but when they do the documentaries, they mention that, of course, sewage was almost impossible because of lack of modern sewers, combined with the literal shit in the streets everywhere from every animal in the New York with the horse-drawn carriages, and they're just dumping manure everywhere. Then the next people are walking in it. Then they're carrying it into their homes. And then they've got shit all over their fucking floors and all over their rugs, which they can't clean because they haven't got shampooers or steamers. And then their kids roll around in the filth and the muck and the degradation and the pestilence. And then they hug and kiss their children and they swap the fecal matter from lip to lip and tongue to tongue until finally everybody's got some kind of goddamn horrible gut poisoning. So that's what cars have done for us.
All right, this has been Happy Talk.